I don't know what qualifies me to even make this video. Let's just see how unqualified I am. Alright, let's do this thing. Welcome to this video. You read the title, you know what it is. I said that in my last video, but here we are again. This is how to save money in college. So you guys love my college videos, and I love money, so it just seemed to make sense. Regardless of the fact that I have very little money, I do have some pretty good tips, okay? So let's just put that idea's here. Let's put it aside, okay? How to make money in college, and I'm going to sprinkle in some little tips for SCAD students as well, because I know a lot of you follow me who go to SCAD, who are going to SCAD, whatever. It's not fun to have to ask for money in college in general, and it's also not really a great idea to get a job, especially not your first year while you're a student, because it is just a lot to manage, especially if you're going to SCAD where it is a lot to manage. But here are some tips on how to save money, and then I'm also going to tell you how you can make money. Tip number 1, do not buy supplies or books before you started your class. I did this my freshman year, and I took my parents. I was like, we're going to the bookstore, we're gonna get everything I need. Let me just show you a limited amount, but everything that is in this toolbox, everything that is in this toolbox was on my syllabus, and I was like, I need this, it says that I need this, it says that I need it. You, especially for SCAD students, as your projects go, you will get a list of supplies of what you need, and that's when you should buy it. Do not buy supplies or textbooks or anything for your class, because you will probably, most likely, not even end up using it, especially with textbooks. Oh my gosh. And those are so expensive, upwards of $100+, so just don't. But if you do need to buy a textbook, always rent or buy used. Just don't even, why would you need a new textbook? You're probably not even gonna open it, so why? I know you. I know you're not that studious. Don't even try to lie to me. Before buying supplies, also if you're a SCAD student, check out Starlandia. It is a art supplies store, and they sell used supplies. Maybe a thing of gouache, which is a paint, a little thing of paint was someone used one squeeze of it, and you can get it for half the price, which is super nice. So be sure to check that out if you're in SCAD. Number 2, this kind of goes along with the same one, but share your supplies. Since you're not getting them before you don't have friends, now that you're gonna know people and you're in your class, you can be like, hey, it's pretty expensive to get this thing of charcoal. Do you want to split the cost and we can just split it up? Or hey, it's kind of expensive to get this whole notebook when we only need 1 page from it. Do you want to split the cost? And something that's super awesome about SCAD is that, and for incoming freshmen, they make at least one of your classes you have with pretty much all of everyone who's on your hall in your dorm, so that way you'll be with people. I remember there was this one thing that I needed for my one project in 2D design. I needed a wood saw, and this one girl on my hall bought it, and I was like, thank God, because I'm not gonna use that. So it was all of us oh, the amounts of times that poor girl probably got her door banged down and be like, hello, excuse me, can I please use your saw? I'm not gonna go spend $30 on it, but I need to use it. It's a super easy way to meet people too, just struggling over the same issue of not having enough money and needing supplies. You're just hey, this is crazy, right? Let's do this together. And then you're friends, amazing. This should just be a how to make friends by lying to them video. Okay, number 3 has to do with your meal plan. If you're off campus, dial out. But if you're on campus, which you probably are, tune back in. Meal plans are so overpriced, they are so expensive, and they will set you up as a freshman with a meal plan, and little do you know, there are other options. It is not just one. There are so many different options for meal plans, one that give you more dining dollars or less swipes or whatever. Every college is different how they do it, but it's all kind of the same concept. You will never need an unlimited plan, ever. You will never need the most meals. First of all, you're gonna get tired of the food so fast. Second of all, you're not gonna be eating as much as you think you are. You're oh yeah, 3 meals a day, I got this. It's okay, not when you have an 8 a.m., you're not gonna be getting breakfast. Not when you have a 10 p.m., you're not gonna be getting dinner. If you go to SCAD, there is a second meal plan. It's meal plan B or something. Don't quote me on that, just you'll read it and you'll see. It's the one where you have a certain set of, it's 144 maybe set swipes, so you can choose You can swipe any time of day. If you like have a friend, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna swipe for her too. But the regular meal plan that they give you, you can only swipe every 4 hours. That's like each meal time. You don't want that one. That one charges you way more and it gives you less swipes. For some reason, they're just like hiding this secret bombshell of a meal plan. So get that one, get that one. So always just with the meal plan, it's so expensive to go out for getting food, go get a snack or something, like go to Starbucks, whatever. But if you get Tupperware, like your own Tupperware that you can just wash at home, like guys, just like please don't get those like wasteful throwaway to-go containers, because like you could just get the same Tupperware and use it every single time and just like rinse it off in your dorm. It's no big deal and it saves so much waste. So just get your own Tupperware and bring it to you when you go to meals. So if they have like an awesome dessert of like the best cookies ever, load that up with like 20 cookies. And then you can just like have 20 cookies later, or load it up with like pineapple or whatever. Like we do this all the time at SCAD. Like the amounts of times that I've just been like, oh yeah, well I have like a box full of Lucky Charms that I stole from JO's. Like, yeah, you won't have to pay for snacks later. Tip number 4 is to always use your student discount. This has saved my butt so many times. Literally everywhere has student discounts. Places you don't even realize, like retail stores. I know like H&M, like Topshop, they have really good student discounts. Some restaurants even do, some like coffee shops do, especially if you're in a college town, which you will be going to college. Once you're there, the place is there, like they know they have students, they're gonna have the discounts. So just ask, and the worst thing that they'll say is no. Tip number 5 is revolving around transportation. This kind of grinds my gears that freshmen are allowed to have cars at SCAD. Maybe you're like, why is that annoying to you? Well, first of all, the bus system from SCAD is pretty awesome. Well, SCAD is so spread out all over Savannah that if you can just be like, oh, we're going here, let's go to Arnold and then walk. Oh, we're going here, let's go to Eckberg and then walk. I don't know where you would walk from Eckberg, but like, you know what I mean. It's just like, use the bus system, use it. First of all, for like energy saving purposes, and also just you're meeting people and it's fast and it's fine, and like, I hate it when it is like one of my biggest pet peeves when people complain about. Gas is not cheap. Savannah is metered everywhere, so you're gonna have to pay for parking, and that takes up money. So unless you absolutely need to drive your car from home to Savannah, that's when you should have a car. But if you don't need to do that, if you can fly, or if your parents are gonna drive you, whatever, don't bring your freaking car. It's gonna be so expensive. Savannah is so small, you can walk anywhere, which is free. Just for any college in general, just try to walk places, check out the public transportation, be sure to split Ubers with people. Also, a lot of schools, I know SCAD does, I know like a bunch of other schools have it where you can rent bikes. Like SCAD has a bike share and their bikes are free unless you go out of like a certain mile radius, but like why would you bike that far? I don't know. But so you can really get anywhere. Like even if you don't have your own bike, I totally recommend having a bike in Savannah. I love my bike. Tip number 6 is about budgeting. This is kind of just like a life lesson. The way that we socialize in college, no, it's not clubs, no, it's not sporting events or parties. It's like, let's get lunch, let's get coffee, let's catch up, let's go out. You're spending so much money to hang out with people. You could go and not spend the money, but that's also like hard. It's like you don't want to go and not, you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna go and then just not do anything. You're there, your friends are there, you're socializing, you're like, I mean, I guess I'll have a cookie dough brownie. $3.95 down the drain. By budgeting your money and your accounts and your balances before you make plans, then you'll be able to plan those plans around your money plans. I guess you could do this weekly or monthly or however you want to do it. This is financially different for everybody. Then once you know how much you have, then you'll be able to make plans on what you can and can't do. Also, check your bank balance. I have friends who don't even do this at all. I'm like constantly checking it. Sometimes secretly just hoping that somehow money is just like appeared in there. It's like when you check the fridge like every hour expecting there to be new food in there and there's not. It's like the same thing. So those are all of my tips for how to save money, and now I'm going to give you some tips on how to make money. Like I said earlier, it's not really a totally good idea to have a job, especially not as a freshman, because you're going to be so overworked and you're also just adjusting to a new place. Obviously, if you need a job, like I've said, everybody's financial situation is different and some people might have to get a job. These are kind of things that are a little bit easier that I recommend doing to make money. So number 1, obviously you're going to overpack. You're not going to need any of that. So I I know I do this all the time. Sell your clothes. Like, that sounds intense, but like on Instagram, on Poshmark, Depop, like whatever. There's a million and one apps. You have the world at your fingertips. You have friends. Sell them for super cheap, and a lot of people will buy them, and you'll make a few dollars on things that you didn't need. Number 2, resell art supplies and old notes. This is also so important. I didn't even think about this until this summer when I saw a girl that I follow was selling her art history flashcards. I spent probably like 6.5 hours making my art history survey 1 flashcards freshman year. What I wouldn't give to just have someone's other set. Like, people will buy stuff like that. People will buy your notebooks. Because college students are lazy. They don't want to take notes. Half the kids in normal colleges don't even go to class. So it'll be nice to be able to buy a notebook from someone who got an A and was like, yeah, I use these notes. Here you go, child. You sell your notes. Someone's bound to buy them. They'll probably not get an A like you did, but you have money and an A. So who's really winning this battle? You are. Also, yeah, all those supplies that you bought when you didn't listen to me after buying everything on your syllabus, sell those. Some lonely freshman will need them the next year. Number 3 is to babysit locally. This sounds kind of weird, but I babysat locally. It was kind of sketchy. We were like in a coffee shop at a community table, and this woman was like, hi, you can babysit. And I was like, yes, like a stranger danger. She was totally nice, and like I really enjoyed babysitting her kids, and I got paid. So honestly, ask your professors if they need any babysitting, because a lot of professors have young children. A lot of professors have friends that need babysitting. Like, put that call out there, and people will be like, hello, yeah, here comes the money. If you go to like the same coffee shop, asking like the baristas if you can babysit them, because everyone is a child everywhere. I don't know. This one is a little bit more time consuming. If you really need a job, I would first look at on-campus jobs, just because I know that they are more, accommodating with students. They know that you're a student. They know you have work, so you can be like, hey, I have this huge project for Design 1, like, can I please take this weekend off? Like, you can totally negotiate. Like, I know if you are coming from abroad, that's kind of the only job you can get is like a student job or something. You could even be an RA, and that would give you a little bit of money, or like pay for your housing. It's a different toss-up for every different school, but it definitely saves you money if you are doing that, and you make money also. So this is more like a saving money, but also gaining money. So I just like kind of threw it in here at the end. Don't stop looking for scholarships. So I know that you get into the school, you're like looking for scholarships, and then you start school and you're like, I'm good. Like, I got my financial aid, I got my scholarships. It doesn't end there. People who are juniors and seniors are still getting scholarships. You can apply for them all throughout the year. There are so many different ones for different things, for different achievements, different projects, different portfolios. Seriously, don't forget about scholarships even after you're in college, because things change. Tuitions raise, okay? So with SCAD, they're really good at money. I mean, besides the fact that SCAD's like basically just a money laundering business for Paula Wallace. They are super good at giving money. Don't be afraid to ask. Be sure to sit down with a financial officer person at SCAD. I know that they have like a whole office, and you can go in and talk to them, figure out more ways for you to make money. Like, they're really accommodating, and I would definitely, if you do need it, or you need a little extra like bump for you to feel comfortable at SCAD, don't hesitate on that, because that's important, and that could really affect your family too, and you. Number 6 on how to make money. This kind of goes with the on-campus jobs, but you could be a tutor. A lot of kids need tutors in school, especially at SCAD, where it's an art school, and then like they're like, surprise, you have to take math, and you're like, what? Yeah, I had a 4.0 and then I had to take math. So if you're a tutor, if you're really good in your field, then I would recommend doing that, because yeah. Okay, moving on. Last but not least, use your major. I think this is a great idea. This is one that's like kind of directed mainly just towards SCAD, but if you are a photo major, reach out to people locally, or like put a little like bulletin on a bulletin board in a coffee shop and be like, need engagement photos, senior portraits. Like, there are other people who live in the town other than you. Like, it's not just SCAD students. There are families who maybe, want photos taken of their family, and they will pay you. You can charge them. But say you're like a painting major, you could do commissions. I know like birth announcements are super huge. I used to do calligraphy, and people all the time would be like, I'll pay you like a birth announcement on a canvas, or like wedding announcements. Spread the word out there of your talents, and people will pay you for that. I think that's a really great idea. Okay guys, so that pretty much wraps up this video. Again, I feel like I say that at the end of every video. I'm like, alright you guys, that's pretty much it. But it is, so leave. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please comment down below other college videos that you want to see, back to school videos, whatever. I'm here to make them for you. So let me know, hit me up. And I also just reached 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys for following along. I'm really excited to continue to watch that grow. It took a long time to get there, and I know that's not really a huge amount for a lot of people, but you know, everyone has to celebrate their little victories along the way. So yay to 1,000 subscribers. Be 1,001 and subscribe down below and turn on post notifications. If you really love this glorious face, then you're not gonna want to miss me, so turn those on. And pretty much anything else that YouTubers say at the end of their videos, you know the drill. If you watch YouTube, you know what to do. But I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Say goodbye to my fish. See you guys.